really enjoyed those streams. But sadly, none of that came to be, as you guys know, because my internet was out. So allow me to explain. My hair is bothering me right now. I'm going to stop touching it because it's just going to get worse. So here's what's been going on this week here in Washington State. Rain, flooding, severe winds, closed roads, and a whole bunch of chaos. Okay, now typically this time of year in Washington State, we do actually get a whole lot of rain and wind. But I guess this year we're getting more than usual. I couldn't really speak to it. It doesn't seem any more than usual to me. But with the way that it seems to be affecting things around here, you have to think maybe this is the case. I'm not sure. So last night, I go to sleep and we were already forewarned. Severe weather, strong wind advisory, things could go on overnight. Didn't know what. As my wife and I were heading to bed, a big downpour of rain began. Luckily, it only lasted about maybe 30 minutes and then it stopped. So we're like, okay, maybe it won't be a big deal. We go to sleep, and as we wake up in the morning, we realize the power must have been off because certain lights in the house are now on that weren't on before. Certain devices are off. A couple of clocks are blinking. In fact, right now, my clock is wrong. Hold on one second. My clock on the other side of the room is wrong. So it's 6:58 right now. Let me set it right now. Okay, that clock is fixed. I wanted to be sure I fix it because I sometimes use that clock to tell, the time when I'm streaming. It's a nice big clock that I have on the other end of the room that, has giant digital numbers, and that's how I sometimes time my streams and stuff. So anyway, so we noticed as we woke up that the power must have been out. So we started walking around the house and realized, and the thing is, we have an alarm system on our house, and the alarm system documents when the power goes out and the alarm is off. So I checked, and it said, basically, the power had been out for between 2 to 3 hours. And during that time frame, a lot of stuff had gone awry in the state. I guess we had severe winds overnight, and again, more tree damages. They must have taken out some power lines and other things. So we woke up, we're like, okay, the power's on, that's good, except we realized there's no internet. And so I start checking, and yes, I have texts, I have emails from Comcast, my ISP, saying, your internet's down, and we don't know when it's coming up. Usually, my ISP is good about giving an estimate. They'll send us like, oh, hey, it'll be 3 hours, it'll be 5 hours, it'll be by the end of today. We don't know when it'll be. In this case, the official update said your internet the estimate of your internet being up December 24th at 3:18 a.m. And I looked at it, I was like, I really don't think that that's correct. I feel like that's just their estimate that's automated. Like maybe it's a week that is the default and someone was supposed to edit that and then send out the real estimate and they didn't. So I was trying to get an idea of how bad the problem was. And basically they have an outage map. And I kept trying to load the outage map, and at first it was loading, and it said like 1,000 customers. Then it said like 2,000 customers. Then it said like 5,000 customers affected. And then the outage map stopped loading. It just wouldn't refresh anymore and said, this page is unavailable. So I guess so many people were getting affected by it, they actually crashed the site. In fact, I tried to sign up for text message updates. I said, please text me with updates. The service crashed and said, not available now, try again later today. Okay, so I went about my normal day. I took a shower, I had my breakfast, and it was about time when I would get on stream, and the internet wasn't back. And I said, this happened earlier in the year. Incredibly similar circumstance. And I said, well, during that time frame, how long did it take? Well, it actually took until about 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific time for the internet to come back. So I was just guesstimating. It'll probably be about the same unless there's really something horrendous that happened. I don't think it's going to take until Christmas Eve for my internet to come back. So I said to my wife, listen, I really don't think we should sit around because at a minimum, we're probably going to have 5-8 hours of no internet. What are we going to do? Just to be transparent here, she actually just cleaned the house yesterday. She actually deep cleaned our carpets and cleaned all the linens in the bedroom. So all the work that maybe she could have done, she already did. And me, I have just spent so much time this last week, as you know, basically tweaking my setup in here that I really didn't have much to do. I even said to her, really, realistically, the only thing that I have to do right now to finish my studio is the microphone. So if I have like an hour today to watch an instructional video on how to use the Roland Bridgecast software to fine-tune my microphone, that's it. Like, that's all I have to do. I have nothing else. Everything else is now working, and I don't even have, cable management is done. Like, everything is done. So after talking about it, we decided, let's go out. Let's go out and do stuff. Now, here's the thing. We had flooding earlier in the week. What we were told is that most of the flooding had been cleared out or was receding. So all the roads that have been closed in my area were now opened again. So we said, what do we need to do? And Kat was like, we could do a Costco run. You know, we don't actually need to do it right now, but it's next few weeks, we probably need to do one. So that's probably a good idea. Why don't we do our Costco run and get it done today and get it out of the way? And maybe we'll do a few odds and ends and things while we're out, right? Excuse me. So, yeah, why not, right? So Kat started to get ready to go out, and while she was getting ready, showering, putting on her makeup, I came in here, and I did two things. I filmed the short that you may or may not have seen that's on the channel. I don't know how many people watched it because I didn't have internet, so I don't even know if anyone really watched the short or not. But I filmed this like 3-minute short on my phone right here explaining the situation. I hit upload. And you see how fast my hand is moving? That's about what happened. It didn't upload. It's because cell phone internet is terrible in this area for whatever reason. I have it. I have unlimited maximum speed cell phone internet. It's like molasses. It's slow as hell out here. So for some reason, it wouldn't upload the short. So I had that filmed around like 10:30, 11 a.m. I don't know when it went live, but I had it up. It was 33 minutes. It should have been 10 seconds to upload. I don't know when it actually went online, okay? So, sorry if I couldn't really update you guys sooner. I tried as soon as I could. Then I said, well, I got probably about an hour, okay? Maybe I can do something here to tweak the microphone. I've had the video from someone who actually had worked directly with Roland to design these Bridgecast audio interfaces, and I was like, let me watch the video, I'll listen to their advice, and I will tweak everything. So I did. I first of all, the video, I'm not even kidding you, the video that I wanted to watch was about 20 minutes long. I only wanted the middle 5 minutes. Do you want to know how long it took me to load the middle 5 minutes of the video on the mobile internet? 1 hour. So I couldn't even watch the video until noon. I was sitting in here for like an hour trying to get this thing to load and stop buffering, okay? It was a nightmare. So finally, I got like the middle 5 minutes to load. I was like, yes, and I hit play, and I was able to fine-tune. So here's what I did this morning. First off, I adjusted the decibel level on the microphone. Then I added the compressor, but I actually added the compressor properly. So now when I have high highs or low lows, it's adjusting properly, which is what I want. I might actually just down the compressor a slight bit because I'm seeing it might be going a little bit too strong on what I was looking for. I think right now it's actually a little bit better balanced. I lowered it a little bit, and now I think the compressor is like perfect level where I want it. I instituted something completely new that I hadn't done before. Instead of doing a noise gate, I now have what's called a noise expander. This apparently is relatively new technology for microphones, where instead of blocking sounds around you, it by default has the sound on a low level, but then it expands the sound of your voice only. It's kind of the opposite of a noise gate, okay? And apparently, I guess a lot of audiophiles have switched over to this type of noise suppression because when you use a noise gate, typically you end up nerfing your own voice. Like, for example, previously when I was using the noise gate, I couldn't do this. Ha 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 ha. Did you hear that? Previously, if I went to do that, it would have muted me and you wouldn't have heard anything. But I fixed it by going from a noise gate to a noise expander. Okay? In fact, check this out. Ready? Hold on. Because the music's playing. All right, ready? Check this out. Whistling is back on the menu.